I want to start with a story about a content creator who learned this really powerful but also kind of frustrating lesson.
I think I know where this is going.
Right. So they spent a whole afternoon making what they thought was this killer Instagram reel. Everything was perfect, the script, the edits, the whole 9 yards. They posted at 2 p.m., sort of a random time, and
Crickets.
total crickets. It died. Barely made it past their core followers.
It's that classic, just soul-crushing feeling. You put in all this work, you know your content is good, and the algorithm just shrugs.
Exactly. But here's the part that changed everything for them. They were frustrated, but they didn't just scrap it. They reposted a slightly refined version of the exact same content the next morning, this time 8 a.m.
And the difference was huge.
Not just huge, it got over 5 times the engagement. 5 times.
And that's the light bulb moment, isn't it? It proves the cold, hard truth. The algorithm doesn't really care how great your content is if you post it when no one is there to actually see it. It's an availability problem, not a quality problem.
And this isn't just a one-off. We saw this experiment where a strategist went from just guessing to using data. Their average impressions were floating around 1,200.
Which is pretty standard for a lot of accounts.
Totally. Well, in just 2 weeks, they shot up to an average of 4,800 impressions per post.
Wow. That's a 300% spike.
And you're saying that was just from changing the timing, not like making better videos or anything?
Timing else, just timing. It is the hidden growth lever that I think most people just ignore.
Yeah.
So that's our mission for this deep dive. We're going to get into the science behind this kind of precision. We want to give you a roadmap, a non-technical one, for using AI tools you probably already have to find those exact peak moments for your audience.
We're moving from guesswork to predictable growth.
Let's unpack this a little. Why is timing such a huge deal? It seems kind of counterintuitive that just an hour or two could make such a massive difference. It really all comes down to what I'd call the algorithm's judgment phase. Every single platform, we're talking Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, they all operate around this critical early engagement window.
That's the first, 30 to 60 minutes?
Exactly. It's a high-stakes test period. The algorithm pushes your new post to a small, trusted group of your followers. And if those people interact with it, fast likes, comments, saves, shares,
It sends signals.
the strongest possible signal. It tells the algorithm, hey, this is good stuff, push it out to more people.
And you mentioned speed. That's where this idea of velocity scoring comes in, right? How does that work?
Velocity is, it's everything. It's not just the total number of likes, it's the rate you get them. So think of it like this. A post that gets 10 likes in the first 5 minutes is way more valuable than a post that gets 100 likes over a full hour.
So if I post at a bad time, my velocity score just tanks.
It's dead on arrival. The algorithm just assumes it's boring, even if it's brilliant. It doesn't judge quality, you see, it judges velocity.
And we can actually predict this because velocity depends on people.
On human behavior, yeah. And people are creatures of habit. We're predictable.
We check our phones at the same times every single day.
For sure. There are these really clear check-in times. You have the morning scroll, maybe 7 to 9 a.m., the lunchtime scroll, 12 to 1 p.m., and then that evening wind down, like 8 to 10 p.m.
So hitting the feed right when most of your audience opens the app is the whole game.
That's how you maximize that instant velocity.
Which is why those generic advice charts you see everywhere are so dangerous. You know, the ones, the best time to post is Wednesday at 9 a.m.
Oh, they're worse than useless. They're actively misleading. They ignore so many factors. What if your audience is mostly in Europe, but the chart is for the US? You've just missed your window.
Or the niche you're in.
Right. Fitness content might crush it in the morning, but tech tips might do better in the evening when people have time to, actually learn something. Generic advice is just throwing darts in the dark.
Okay, so precision is key. Let's talk about how to get there. Fueling the AI engine.
Right, and let's just demystify AI here for a second. We're not talking about building some sci-fi robot. It's just smart pattern recognition.
So it's like Netflix recommending the best time to watch a show, not just the best show.
That's a perfect analogy. And to do that, the AI needs data, historical data. The good news is you can get this pretty easily. You can just export a CSV file from Instagram Insights, TikTok Analytics, LinkedIn. They all offer it.
And you'll want a decent amount of data to start with.
This is so critical. You need a solid base. I would aim for a minimum of 25 to 50 historical posts.
And what happens if you try it with 10 posts?
Your predictions will be all over the place. They'll be based on random flukes, not real patterns. It'll give you really bad advice.
So once you have that data dump, those CSV files can have dozens of columns.
Yeah.
What are the absolute gems you're looking for?
You're hunting for 4 key things. First, obviously, the timestamp, and it has to be down to the minute with the right time zone. Second, visibility metrics, so impressions or reach. Third, your engagement metrics. That's all the good stuff. Likes, comments, shares, saves. And finally, some specifics about the content itself, like was it a reel or a photo, and maybe the caption length.
That gives the AI the full picture.
Exactly.
Now, that raw data is never going to be perfect. We can't just feed it straight into the AI, right? What's the danger of skipping the data cleaning step?
The worst thing that can happen is the AI learns the wrong lesson. It ends up optimizing for an anomaly. So for instance, say you had one post that went viral, a collaboration maybe, and it got 10,000 impressions.
But everything else gets 1,000.
Right. The AI will see that outlier and think you can get 10,000 impressions every time, and it will give you predictions based on that, which will just lead to disappointment.
So you have to filter out those big viral hits and also, I guess, standardize the time zones.
You have to convert everything to your audience's main time zone. And that brings up a really clever step called normalizing your metrics.
That sounds a bit technical.
It's simpler than it sounds. It just makes the comparison fair. If you had 1,000 followers in January and now you have 10,000, a post with 50 likes back then was a huge win.
But 50 likes today would be a flop.
Precisely. So you just divide the engagement by your follower count at the time of the post. This gives the AI a fair per follower rate to compare everything equally.
Okay, so now we have our clean, standardized data. This is where traditionally you'd need to learn Python or hire someone.
But not anymore. That's the beauty of it. You can use no-code AI tools.
Which ones are we talking about here? For someone who wants to try this today.
You could start with something you might already be using, like Notion AI, but honestly, the real game changer is ChatGPT, the version that can analyze data. You literally just upload your CSV and start asking it questions.
That's incredible.
There are also platforms like Rose.com, which are great for this. They sort of bridge the gap between a spreadsheet and a full-on analysis tool.
So the challenge then isn't the coding, it's the prompt, the question you ask the AI.
It is all about the clarity of your prompt. You're the conductor. The AI can only find the patterns you tell it to look for.
So what's a good prompt to start with?
You can be really direct. Something like, analyze this post data CSV. Predict the optimal posting hour for each day of the week based on engagement rates.
Simple enough.
Or if you want to see it visually, you can say, generate a heat map showing engagement probability by hour and day of the week.
And the AI just spits out a heat map.
It does, and they're super intuitive to read. It's a grid, and you'll see colors. Bright red means that's a hot slot with high engagement. Blue means it's cold. It just instantly shows you, oh, Thursday evenings are consistently good.
That's a lot easier than doing the math yourself.
For sure. And you'll also see things like confidence scores. A number, say, 0.85. That just means the AI is 85% sure that posting then will give you a boost.
So you follow the high scores.
Yeah, anything over 0.7 I'd say is a safe bet. You can test the lower scoring ones to feed more data back into the system later on.
This sounds like the key to moving beyond just post in the morning.
This is what we call the precision method. You stop rounding to the hour. You're not scheduling for 8 a.m. anymore.
You're scheduling for 8:17 a.m.
Exactly. That's the micro-targeting. You want to hit the feed at the exact minute the highest number of your followers are refreshing to trigger that immediate velocity score.
Okay, but the sources mentioned something that felt a bit backward to me. The 7-minute rule. Why would you post before the peak?
It sounds wrong, doesn't it? But if the AI says 8:00 a.m. is your absolute peak, the pro tip is to schedule your post for 7:53 a.m.
What is the logic there?
We call it catching the rising wave. That little 7-minute head start lets your post get a few interactions from the super early birds. So by the time the main wave of your audience logs on at 8:00, the algorithm already sees some momentum.
It's already flagged as something people are interested in.
Yes. That one creator we talked about. They saw a 20 to 30% bump in initial likes just from that tiny shift. It creates a snowball effect.
That's amazing. And you shouldn't just rely on one magic slot a week.
No, find a few. Identify 2 or 3 of these little 5 to 10-minute windows where the probability is high. Maybe it's Tuesday at 12:05 p.m. and Thursday at 8:12 a.m.
But, sometimes a post is just going to flop. We all feel that panic, that urge to delete and repost it 10 minutes later.
You have to fight that urge. We call that the cold start skip. If a post really bombs in the first 15 minutes, you just note it down. Don't delete it.
Why not?
Because that failure is a crucial data point. You feed that failure back into your AI model. It teaches the model what not to do, which makes next week's predictions even smarter.
Okay, let's circle back to that 300% spike.
Yeah.
That creator was in the tech productivity niche, right?
Yeah.
What was their baseline?
Right. Their baseline was pretty frustrating, about 1,200 average impressions, and they were stuck gaining only around 200 new followers a month.
Stagnant. So switch to these AI micro slots like 7:53 a.m. on a Tuesday for their reels. What did the dashboard look like after that?
The change was immediate. Average impressions shot up to 4,800. Comments more than doubled because they were hitting people who were actually active and ready to engage.
And the follower growth.
Jumped to 500 new followers in just 2 weeks. It basically proved that the quality content they were already making just needed the right timing to fly.
So once you have these precise times, you need the right tools to actually schedule them.
You do. You need a scheduler that can handle minute-level timing. Buffer is great. Later is really good for visual planning, and tools like Hypefury and Metricool also support that level of precision.
And the holy grail is putting this all on autopilot, a closed-loop system.
That's the dream. It basically runs itself. The AI analyzes last week's data, it predicts the new microslots, your scheduler posts automatically, and then the new engagement data gets fed right back into the AI to refine things for next week.
But connecting all those tools sounds like it would require coding.
Not necessarily. You can use what are called orchestration tools. A platform like Make.com can connect everything. It can take your analytics from a Google Sheet, send it to ChatGPT to get new times, and then automatically update your buffer queue. It's a self-improving system.
Now, this all sounds incredibly powerful, but there have to be pitfalls. What's the first big mistake people make?
Believing the AI blindly. You have to use your human judgment. If the AI tells you that 3 a.m. on a Saturday is your best time with a 95% confidence score, you need to question that. Was it just a one-off fluke? A holiday?
And you said it before, but the amount of data is key.
Absolutely. Training on too little data is the fastest way to get bad predictions. You have to stick to that 25 post minimum. 10 posts is just noise.
I could also see how mixing up different types of content would confuse the model.
It totally muddies the water. If you throw memes, long videos, and text posts all in one data set, the AI has no idea what caused good performance. The time, the format, you have to segment your data. Train one model for reels and another for static photos.
And our audiences change over time.
They do. So you can't just set it and forget it. You have to retrain the model every month or two. Think of it like maintenance. Old data becomes obsolete.
So once you've mastered all that, what's an advanced power user move?
Multivariable optimization. You go beyond just asking about time. You feed the AI other data points, hashtags, caption length, the style of the hook, and you ask it to find the best combination.
So not just the best time, but the best time for a specific type of post.
Exactly. You might find out that a short caption plus a reel with these 3 hashtags posted at 8 a.m. on a Tuesday gets a 3x lift. You're finding the complete formula.
Wow.
And you can even do multi-platform timing sync. Use a model to coordinate your posts. A TikTok at 8 a.m. to build buzz for an Instagram post at 9 a.m., which then drives traffic to your big YouTube video at 10 a.m. You own the entire moment across all your channels.
So to wrap this up, the big takeaway is that AI timing is low effort, high impact, and totally accessible with tools we have right now. Precision really does beat perfection.
It's the most overlooked growth hack out there. But I want to leave you with one final thought, a challenge really. Since we know these AI models rely entirely on your past data, how could you design your next week of content, not just for engagement, but specifically to generate the most diverse set of data points possible?
So you mean intentionally posting at some of those bad times?
Yeah.
Like a 3 p.m. post just to see what happens?
Precisely. Test morning, noon, and evening slots. Do it not just to win immediately, but to create a richer data set with both wins and losses for your model to train on next week. Start thinking of your schedule as a data collection exercise and just watch how much smarter your AI gets.
This episode is brought to you by Whoop Social, the all-in-one social media tool that saves you time and skyrockets your growth. Stop wasting hours posting manually. With Whoop Social, you can schedule, publish, and track performance across every platform, all from one simple dashboard. Whether you're a creator, brand, or agency, Whoop Social helps you stay consistent, reach more people, and grow faster automatically. Don't wait. Join thousands of smart marketers and start free today at whoopsocial.com.